Hey.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Hey guys, it is James and Jeremy here on James and Jeremy Do Stuff. And
we're doing stuff.
We're going
to try to do some stuff.
You know, if you're just tuning in, we were obsessed with the boyfriend makeover videos, and we wanted to jump on and kind of take our stab at it. But as a professional makeup artist working in the industry for over 20 years, I thought what I could do is give real tips and information on how to achieve a lot of these makeup things while talking my husband here, who has never done makeup.
I've done the one now. I've done the one makeup.
Yeah. And Halloween and stuff.
Sure.
So we're going to do different looks. And so last week we did a smoky eye.
Yeah.
That was our first one. It was really long.
It was pretty long.
I give a lot of information.
We gotta trim that down a little bit. But what are we doing this week?
Well, I thought this week we could do a classic Hollywood eye.
Okay.
And part 2, attaching a lash, a faux lash.
Yeah, that's going to take a
false
while.
lash.
A false lash.
I say faux lash because I'm really fancy.
You're very fancy.
Yeah.
I always say that. When I speak of you, I always say how fancy you are.
Yeah, it's true.
It's true.
A lot of people think so. But yeah, no, I'm a real talker, and so we're going to kind of give you some information about the looks, why they happened, how to achieve them, and then Jeremy is going to tackle it on this face. But like I said, I'm not a model.
And I'm still not a makeup artist.
So he's just working with everything that's here.
We're going to roll with it. Be fine. We're more grizzly than usual because, you know, we're social distancing.
Yeah,
so
initially we were going to launch this channel at the Makeup Show Houston.
Yeah, which was 2 weeks ago.
Which was supposed to be like last week. And now we've been social distancing.
Yeah, and in doing so, you know...
so the barbers are closed.
We get a little grizzly. My hair turned pink somehow.
I don't know what happened there.
You know, we've been doing
All right, so let's just jump into it. Now, one of the things you want to think about when you're creating a classic Hollywood eye is all of the materials that you want to have ready. Now, just to make it easy, because I do have a professional kit and so much makeup, I've kind of pulled out the product that Jeremy will use, and we will list that product
in the description. And it will be stated again that we are not being paid by any of these companies to show any of these products. It's just stuff you have in your makeup kit that you want to use.
Fingers crossed.
Still foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So let's start with the Hollywood eye.
There's so much here. This is great.
Yeah. So with the Hollywood eye, this is something that kind of goes back. It's a very classic eye that was developed for the silver screen. Now, I always say that realistically in makeup, there were not a lot of major changes from 1928 to 1958, because really one of the things that was happening is that we were really using makeup just as a way so people could see skin and features on film and in the celluloid process. What we're doing here is kind of an update on that classic Hollywood Marilyn Monroe, very kind of sophisticated eye. And I think this is an eye that works for everybody. But I'm going to bring Jeremy through in a kind of modern twist on a classic eye. So let's get going.
Okay, so it's a thing that was now.
Yeah, and what
we're not doing a time period.
We're not doing a time period piece. We're making it very modern. But when you look at a lot of those old films, what you'll notice is there's not much difference between a Marilyn Monroe and Elizabeth Taylor, an Ava Gardner, and Audrey Hepburn, other than really the shape of the brow and the shape of the liner. These brows don't need to be messed with. I made a little mistake with my razor because I'm social distancing, and so we're just going to go with it.
It's going to roll with it.
Jump.
Let's jump in.
Jump right in. All right. So we're going to start with some matte shadows. Now, a matte shadow is a great way to bring across a period-inspired look.
Did you already pull brushes for me to use?
No, you got to figure that out on your own.
Okay, cool.
But the matte shadow, what that's going to do is just kind of give us a surface to work on. So we're going to start in a very classic way, and we're going to use a base shadow, which is one shadow all over the eye from brow to lash. And I'm going to suggest that you use something that has kind of a soft pink feel to it, just to give that vintage feel.
How about this Valentine by Natasha Denona?
That's the one I was going to
Okay, what kind of brush were you looking at
So
here?
for a base shadow, you want to use a really firm, dense, matte shadow in a size that fits the eye. So I would say like a small to medium, really firm, dense brush that maybe like an oval shape.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, beautiful.
Good choice.
Okay. So I learned last time you got to work in mirrors. So we're going to do the same amount of taps in that whole situation.
Yep.
And then when I start, I go 1, 2, 3, flat my brush. Then where am I going to go?
So mirrored action is always going to make it easy. Mimic the action from one eye to the other. Start on the eye that is your most difficult eye.
So we learned that this is my... Okay, so close your eye. And where am I putting it? Like the whole
You're going to bring it all over the eye from brow to lash. But remember, wherever you put your brush down is your strongest deposit of color.
I once heard a makeup artist say this is a wash of color. So
this is a wash of color.
I'm going to do what I don't know where to put my hands again. I'm so... It kind of freaks me out. Actually, this isn't so crazy. So am I making a shape? Ooh, that like took all the pigment off the brush. That's a thing. I've never seen that before. Okay, so I do the same thing.
From brow to lash. And you can use the base shadow to kind of create your shape. So with a 50 shape, we probably want a little bit of a wing to it. So you can follow the natural kind of shape of my eye.
Sure.
Now this is an eye that I'm asked to do a lot during fashion week or for photo shoots. I'm going to let Jeremy insert some photos here for some shoots where we've done things for like Italian Vogue, Love Cat magazine, on models like Andrea Prejic. This is a look that you get asked to do a lot.
Okay. So should it all be like a little bit pink when we're on?
It should kind of give like a soft pink tint, and what you're doing is kind of just creating a canvas to bring the rest of the eye on. Now some people use eyeshadow primers or cream shadows or things like that, or concealer foundation. I don't use any of that. I just jump right in the shadow.
Okay.
Good?
Yes, I think so.
All right, so we're going to talk through this pretty quickly, but the next thing I'm going to recommend is that you build in your crease. And for this, you're going to use like a medium taupe or a medium brown shade, something that mimics an actual shadow. Think of it like the shade of a tree. Is there something there that kind of has that cool kind of feel to it?
Yeah, like, would you go like with this?
You could go there, or you could even go a little bit darker,
so like,
because of, yep, something like that.
Okay, so this is Sculpture.
This is from the Natasha Denona Biba palette, which is one of my favorite palettes. It's a very 60s inspiration, and we're going to be doing a Biba look.
So we're going to the crease?
Here you're going to use a smaller brush. You're going to use a brush. We call it a crease brush. It kind of is something that looks like a paint brush, and you're going to bring it back and forth like a windshield wiper through the crease. You're only depositing color on the tip of this brush.
Okay.
So show them what brush it is.
We're going to go.
And you can do that like thing where you put like.
I tried that before. Okay, yeah. It's like Cozette. All right, so the other brush, I put stuff on it, but we're not going to do that. All right, so this, close your eye. So I just go.
So if you need to determine where my crease is, what I recommend is having me open my eye so you can see, do you want to go into my natural crease or do you want to work right above it?
I think we're going to have to go above that because that's how this goes, right? Oh, yeah, this is weirder.
You're just using the color should be just on the tip.
Yeah.
And you're just moving it back and forth. You're just going all over the place.
I don't.
Oh, you're just going all over the place.
You know what? We're trying our hardest here. This is a weird one because it's like, I don't understand.
What I recommend is leaving my eye open so you can see.
But then I can't, how am I going to get that? It's just like putting it everywhere. This doesn't make any sense.
You want a tip?
No, well, give me a tip.
First of all, you can use a brush that's a little bit softer, but if you deposit the color just at the tip,
that's what I did.
You can just bring it right up and create.
That's literally what I'm doing.
If you need to go with a smaller brush, a smaller brush is going to give you more control.
Let me try something.
And really, for a look like this,
is that too small?
No, that's great.
This is perfect.
Put your hand behind it. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Tap it in there. Get some color on it. Don't be afraid.
Okay. Ooh. Oh, that's such a specific line. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, you're just going all over the eye.
No. Don't. You know, you're not supposed to be looking. Sorry. Don't look at the monitor. We're supposed to. Oh.
Remember, like, this is kind of that sexy bedroom eye. So this is just supposed to give me like a soft, shadowy look.
Okay.
All right. Good?
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
We're going to keep moving, though.
So the next step, this is like when you go into your mom's makeup when you were little, you go into the drugstore and you see those 3 or 4 shadow palettes. There's always a lighter color in there. The difference for the Hollywood look is that the lighter color is going to go onto the lid. So you're going to go into those palettes and you're going to take something that's like a white or a cream color or even like a lighter pink if you want to.
Okay.
And you are going to take a firm, dense brush and you're going to pack that lighter color onto my lid. We want this to be lighter because a lighter color is going to open something up or make something look larger or bring it closer.
Like the same one we used before.
Yep.
Okay.
Just make sure there's no other shadow on it.
Yeah. No, I did a thing. This is like a thing. But like this?
I would say you could go lighter. You should go lighter than that.
Like now we're on to Tusk.
I would say, yeah, you can go with this.
Okay, all right. Right the first time.
Sorry, I couldn't see.
That's okay, no big deal. Now we're gonna go back to the same palette and this color.
Or you can use that frosty white if you want.
This metallic guy?
Yeah.
All right.
Traditionally, this is going to be a matte shade in like a white or a cream or a soft.
But now you just said go metallic.
But we're going metallic just to keep it modern.
Okay. So this is over the whole lid again.
This is going to go on the lid from crease to lash.
Sure. Okay.
So what you should be noticing here with this traditional Hollywood eye is that instead of the lighter color going to the brow bone, it really is focused on the lid. That's what gives us that kind of sleepy old Hollywood eye, but also makes the eye look very open for television or film or camera.
I still kind of don't understand how you make shapes properly, like with a brush. It just feels like it's everywhere.
I can't really see, but I feel like you're seeing the lighter color on the lid. I think you're kind of getting there.
I think it's a little, maybe a little more. So let's do...
Just pack it on.
All right, because last time you were like, I feel like I'm wearing too much makeup, and I was like, you absolutely are. And now...
All right, just...
Okay, that's all over. There's so much shadow falling on your face.
You gotta tap the excess off the brush, remember?
I did. Well, I didn't do it that time. I forgot.
And you really don't want to get a lot of shadow on my lashes either. It kind of feels like it's just falling all over the place.
No.
I think you're getting the lighter effect.
Yes.
So the next thing that you want to do is you would start looking at the lash and liner. Now, some makeup artists like to apply the liner first. Some makeup artists like to apply the liner after the lash. But here's my thing. The reason we line the eye is to lengthen the lash line. So I tend to line after. But because we're doing the lashes in a two-part video, we're going to show you how to line before a lash and after a lash. And we're not going to apply mascara until we have lashes in place. So
okay.
We're going to get some liner on and we're going to show you guys how to make me look like Marilyn Monroe.
That's the goal.
Here you're going to go to a cream liner or a cake liner or a liquid liner. Now, a lot of people here use liner pens, but as professional makeup artists, we can't really use liner pens because you cannot sanitize a felt tip.
Oh, I'm having
so
like
here
flashbacks.
we're going in with, I don't know why I keep pulling out the water.
We're back to the Danessa
We're pulling out
Myricks.
Danessa Myricks cushion color.
Waterproof cushion color in black.
This is waterproof liner. And here, Jeremy is going to do one of those cat eyes.
What's the kind of brush?
So here, I would say you could use a small angle if you're not comfortable with lining the eye, or you could use a really thin liner brush, which is going to be probably the smallest, thinnest brush.
I think the small angle might be the way to go.
All right, so let's start with the small angle.
How do we feel about that? Right?
Cat eyes are kind of my bread and butter. It's something that you'll see me do a lot. Amy Winehouse was one of my clients. I do a lot of cat eyes, but I really love the Hollywood kind of cat eye because what it does is it lifts the eye and it works for me on any eye shape, for any look. It can go very fashion and cool. It can go kind of downtown and grunge, or it can be very glamour and Hollywood.
Are we going top, bottom?
Here, you're only lining the top. With the Hollywood eye, all of the color is focused on the top lash only.
Above the lash line.
Right. So the thing that you want to remember with a Hollywood cat eye is you've got to determine the shape of your cat eye. And the way that you determine the shape of your cat eye is you're going to use the brush and you're going to bring it, right, from the inner corner of the eye shows you where my brow begins. If you tilt your brush to the outer corner and follow the line created by my lower lash line and your brush, it will show you the angle for your cat eye. Make sense?
I've seen you say this, and I understand it in theory. We're gonna do our best here. All right, so I'm gonna close your eye.
All right. Pro tip, if you're someone who's afraid of cat eyes or you don't really know how to get that angle, you can draw it in first with a taupe shadow.
I've already gotten this wet.
We've already gotten it wet, so we're just jumping
I'm going to dive in. I think
just dive right in.
I don't have any confidence in myself, but I'm going to try.
Now, what I suggest is getting your angle at the outer corner first.
So start out here.
Right, and once you determine your angle, then you can trace along the lash line and sketch back. You can sketch up and back.
Can I sketch down if I'm terrified?
Yeah, you can.
Are you sure? Ooh, I don't know how to, here.
If you go out further than my crease, you're going to get a very exaggerated cat eye.
I feel like we're going to stay right there. Let me see. How?
And then now what you could do, you just jump it right in there.
Well, I thought we said to do this.
Yeah, but you could draw back against and create a triangle first.
Oh, shit.
I didn't know you were going to jump that gun.
Whoa.
You see it now?
I jumped. Yeah, we see something.
Is it getting there?
It's, yeah, sure. Oh my goodness. Oh no. This is hard. This is not like lesson number 2. I don't think you would jump this far in makeup school.
In Makeup 101, this is the second look that we do.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is literally what should be happening right now.
I just think once you master the line and once you understand, like...
I'm going to stop touching that eye for a second here. Okay, mastering the line in what?
Once you master the line and you understand where the color goes on the eye, this eye will allow you to do multiple other makeup looks.
Okay. Can I turn your head a little bit this way?
So on this eye, why don't you start, determine where you want your angle to be and how far you want it to go out and draw the line and then draw back like a triangle, and that will give you your little cat eye. Then you can trace along the lash line.
Okay, I don't really know what that means, but we're gonna... Oh shit.
A small angle brush is a difficult brush for some people to use because it deposits so much color.
It does deposit a lot of color. I'm just gonna... This is fucking hard.
My favorite liner brush for this is from my Kitten, and it's called like the feline liner brush.
Do we have that?
We do, but I didn't pull it out for you.
What kind of shit is that?
Sorry.
That's some nonsense.
Sorry. Like, not everyone's gonna have every tool.
This thing? Open your eyes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
From Smashbox, Lori Taylor Davis, we love you. This little guy here. All right.
And that one has a natural angle to it, so it should just allow you to kind of give a little flick of the wrist.
See, I thought the liner brush was going to be the way.
I can't really see what's happening.
You don't want to. Oh, okay. This is so much more precise. This is like incredibly more precise. I mean, I'm still doing a shit job, but like...
So remember what I said
I'm making like just a fat chunky line on the side of your face.
Hey, I'm like a fat chunky person. It all works.
Cute.
Remember what I said earlier. If you struggle with cat eyes or getting that liner on, you can draw it in first with a taupe eyeshadow. That will give you a guide, and that taupe also will give your line more dimension. It stops you from making mistakes when you're working with waterproof black liner.
Well, it's too late now. We're in for the kill.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
This is something else. I hope. I don't know what, okay, what's next? Because this is... So
now what you're going to do is clean up your lines. And here is where you can use like a touche éclat or a luminizer, or I just like to use a moisturizer on a Q-tip or cotton swab. And you can go back in and perfect your lines. And if you use a good moisturizer, it's not going to pull off any of the product below. So take a little Q-tip.
Don't make fun of me.
I'm not.
You're making fun. These little black ones? These little
sure, take
guys?
one of those little and put a little bit of that moisturizer on there.
Gonna do this like a
We're using TwinMedix moisturizer, full transparency. This is a moisturizer I developed.
This is brand new.
TwinMedix for the pro community because it's a vegan moisturizer that works well for today's cameras.
TwinMedix.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Fanfare for moisturizer. Oh crap. But see what? It squeezes out. I don't know my own strength.
Then you're gonna get some moisturizer on it.
You're saying clean stuff up, but I don't even know like where to. It's a.
What I want you to do is, you know what a cat eye liner is supposed to look like.
Kind of.
So now just go in and take off any of the excess product that's there and get your shape that you want to create. And honestly, if I look straight at you, this is going to be a lot easier.
I don't know if that's going to be a thing that matters, to tell you the truth. Like, I don't know.
How's that?
That's
great. Right?
No, it doesn't. No, it does not. This is awful because it's on your bottom lash line, which is like not what we were trying to do whatsoever.
So use the moisturizer to clean it up.
freaking out again. Don't move. I thought we were gonna do something like with your eyebrows, or we were gonna like do foundation, and then he's like, let's do kitten eyes. This is a nightmare. I'm turning into your mother now. I don't know what to do with that. I don't know where to go, and I'm gonna want a firm critique after, because like this, it's just it's a fucking disaster here. Okay, what's next?
So really, the next thing that we're going to do is apply mascara or attach our lash. So we're going to do the lash as a second video because some people thought our first one was too long. So I'm going to give you all a little look, a little preview of what Jeremy has accomplished so far in our classic Hollywood eye. Join us for the second part of the video where we finish the cat eye liner and add in a false lash.
Oh, jeez.
See you later.